What's popping too? Welcome to another video. So we're doing a quick trade recap. I lost just about 2.5K today, a little bit under it. What I did right, what I did wrong, and all of that. So starting into the day, honestly, I was bullish. I wanted to see us get a continuation to previous session PM high, and then run to these equal highs here. This is really what I wanted to see. I feel like we had a pretty good buy profile. We had an hourly change in the state. And we respected New Day opening gap. We had a lot of bullish confluences. Higher time frame bullish SMT in our favor. Data 8:30 news was bullish. I wanted to see us come higher. I wanted to see us pull back into this 15-minute and continue higher. However, that is not what we got. So the first trade I ended up taking today. Well, actually, before we even get into that, so this is the first time in a while actually that my entire daily buys are just invalidated and incorrect. This has not happened very often. I think today was just one of those unfortunate chain of events, unfortunate days to where we just didn't get the most efficient action at open. And yeah, so the first trade I ended up taking was this long right here. Excuse me. First trade I took was this long. We were still inside of the higher time frame imbalance. The 15-minute and the 30-minute, we're still inside of it, respecting it. Simple SMT at the lows, inversion fair value gap. I'm not mad at this trade. I do think it could have been avoided if I would have just waited for the change in the state, which is usually my A plus model when we get a change in the state plus an inversion fair value gap. I did not wait for that. I answered simply off of the inversion paired with the SMT in the higher time frame balance. I'm not mad at that entry at all. I don't think that's a bad entry. I just think that I could have had more confluence in comparison to the risk that I allotted on this trade. I did size in fully on the trade, so I was risking about $300, a little bit beneath it, like 280, 290. So full size loss on that. And then, so yeah, I could have probably just mitigated that a little bit better if I would have just, entered with a fraction of my size and fully pyramided in once we got the change in the state at this high. That would have probably been smarter. Because it would have given me full confirmation in what I wanted to see, but we didn't get that. So from there, I waited. I ended up taking this little short scalp just to consequent encroachment of the higher time frame imbalance. Once we got this internal sweep closed beneath this order block with this displacement candle, I took a short scalp. Gee, I keep going. This ended up making me a majority of my loss back. Majority of it, not the entire thing, but it made me a good portion of it back. So from there, I was really just waiting. I ended up taking this long right here, got stopped out. I took this inversion right here. We did have a higher time from SMT. ES was still holding bullish at the time. I want to say if this 15-second inversion for the buy gap was going to be what pushed us. However, it wasn't. So from here, even though I was still overall, well, no, at this point, I'm like, all right, we look like we're more bearish. I'm going to just wait and see what we can get. From there, I ended up taking. I actually tried to scalp. I tried to take a scalp. I ended up losing the scalp. It's very small. And I think today that's another thing too. I took a lot of I took like 3 internal scalps where I usually don't like even doing. I like to just focus on the higher time frame and let that be my main thing. But I didn't today. Oh my god, I keep going. My bad. But I didn't today. I took some scalps because the external was pretty bad in all honesty. And I'm taking this scalp, trying to scalp it into the 5-minute imbalance, which was literally right here. This was the 5-minute candle high. So I took this inversion for value gap, trying to scalp to that. We never got it. I got stopped out. But then from there, I ended up shorting, wanting to see London low. I went break even once we tapped consequent encroachment. So my entry was right here on this candle. Stop was at this high. Now I could have partialed right here. However, since I did enter with lower size, it literally made no sense to partial. I just went break even because I mainly wanted to see London low because that would have actually made me my losses back and then made it a trade worth holding. So me just taking off at consequent encroachment didn't really do much for me since I did enter with lower risk since I was already down in the day. So I did not close there. I just went break even. I ended up getting stopped at break even. But from there, we got a inversion fair value gap on the 1 minute that I did end up taking. There's a lot of all over the place entries. I'm not really proud of it at all. I think today definitely could have been a lot better, should have been a lot better, but I did take this trade. I ended up taking off a majority once we tapped consequent encroachment up here. Once we tapped to 5 minutes, so I took off a little bit right, a little bit here. Then wanted to leave runners because I wanted to see if we're going to close above the 3 minute imbalance. However, we never did, so I got stopped at break even. From there, I kind of just waited. We got an A plus, not A plus, but we got a decent sub model. From there, once I got stopped out, at this point, I'm down like $20 on the day. I'm basically break even. Um, I took this 2 minute inversion for value gap coming out of the high time frame balance. It was a 5 minute. We had the 15-second change in the state. Very good model. I ended up pyramiding once we got this displacement candle right here after we tapped the 1 minute. Got more displacement. I pyramided on that, tightened my stop. So now I am in full risk, $300 risk. A little bit over at 305, 310 on this position. And as you can see, ended up getting stopped out. I'm not mad at this trade. This is an A plus model to me. High time frame balance, change in state plus inversion for value gap. That is usually what I like to see now. You could say there was no SMT. However, with this type of model, you don't always need an SMT. An SMT is just like extra credit. You didn't need the SMT here. I wasn't mad at it. We had London low resting beneath us. We had the hourly change in this, the 15 minute and the hourly bear. I figured that once we tapped CE, that was just a rebalance. That was the long that we seen. I figured that would just be a rebalance to see price come a little bit higher, fill the imbalances, and then I expected to see this come back down into get filled. However, as I can see, that's not what happened. And then from there, um, the last shot I took, this was not something I'm proud of. I took a long like right here. No, I didn't. I took a long. What was it? No, I'm not. Yeah, it was. I took a long right here. As I can see, price really shot my entry, stopped me out, and ran right to my target. So that was basically my morning. From there, I was like, all right, I'm down enough on the day. I'm gonna just call it right here. The action is not in my favor, and I'm not trading to the best of my abilities. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna call it. Price action is not the best today. I'm not gonna continue to try to put risk on the table. It's not smart. Um, so yeah, those were the trades that I took today. Things I did wrong. Today was honestly one of the first days where my entire daily bias was invalidated. This has not happened in honestly at least a month. I can't even remember the last time this has happened. So it's been a while. Definitely gonna journal it, recap today later on, and just kind of see what else I could have maybe missed. Let me know if y'all seen anything as well. If y'all feel like I missed anything, or if y'all had a different bias coming into the day, I want to hear it all because it honestly doesn't really happen. Usually my daily bias is correct, so I'm taking into account, taking a shot, and just try to work and learn from it. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all, show like 5 accounts, lost all that. So yeah, that was that though. And yeah, I don't think I got anything else. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope y'all learn from it. And catch you on the next one. Peace out.